Barbell in your neck, feet are a little bit wider than your hips, knees are caving out like that. You stick your butt all the way out, coming down, holding your breath, right there. That's called a back squat. Now in this video, I'm gonna show you the 6 secrets about the back squat that you've likely never heard before. What I'm about to tell you, all these 6 secrets are not based on science at all. They are just based on my experience from about 12 years of training now. Now, secret number 1 is that from my experience, for girls, if you can squat anywhere from 200 to 250 pounds for a couple reps, then you're good. You're in the top 10%. Now for guys, that number is anywhere from 300 to 350 pounds. So that means here at SUF, for girls, if you have 2 reps on each side of the barbell, and you're squatting anywhere from 5 to 8 reps, and you're doing it, and you're feeling good about it, then that's good. Now for guys, that's for 3 reps each side. But the reason I'm saying that is because it's only human nature for us to compare ourselves to others. If you're squatting 2 reps each side, and then you see your girlfriend squatting 3 reps each side, you want to catch up to her, but sometimes it's just not worth it. And I made this little schematic right here to really explain what I mean. Check this out. This is squat secret number 1. Over here on the left side, you see all the amazing benefits that you get from squatting. Now this is the weight. Let's say you squat 100 pounds, and we're gonna go girls first. When you squat 100 pounds, the benefits go up at the same rate as the weight goes up. And then you go up with your weight, the benefits keep going up. At about 200 pounds, those benefits kind of taper off a little bit, because at that point, you're just putting more weight on the bar, and there's this point right here where, in my opinion, you're good. And if you can squat this weight, pursue other avenues to build your legs and feel good about yourself. Because if you were to pursue the 300 pounds, the 400 pounds, then you're getting into powerlifting territory. You're gonna put a lot of weight on your spine, you're gonna load your central nervous system, and it's gonna hamper your recovery. Now, of course, you can do whatever you wanna do. You can go 400 pounds if you want to, but don't beat yourself up if somebody's squatting 400 pounds and you're doing 200 pounds. For a girl, the goal should be this number right here. And for guys, from my experience, it's about 300 pounds. Now, of course, this statement right here is gonna catch a lot of flack from especially the powerlifters and all the meatheads that can squat 1,000 pounds. But usually for guys, if you're anywhere 300 to 350 pounds, that's the sweet spot right there. After that, your benefits don't go up at the same rate as your weight does. Now the second secret is how many reps you do. And what I mean is you really should not go to failure all the time. So if you have, let's say, 200 pounds on the barbell, and you can do 8 reps, and that's your max amount of reps, then what you really should do is about 6 reps. Keep a couple reps left in the tank, because that's gonna improve your recovery and keep you more fresh for your next workout. And here's what I mean. Let's say on Monday, you're squatting and you give it your all. You go all the way to 100%, like you could not have done any more reps. Well, then after that, depending on your sleep, your water intake, your food, and your stress levels, that will determine how quickly you recover. Now, let's say that's average. Like, let's say you have a mortgage and you have a job and you have a boyfriend or a girlfriend and a dog, and you got to feed all of them, and you got to take the trash out, you got to clean the kitchen. Well, if you're just a regular person and you don't get paid to lift heavy weight, which most of us don't, most of us get paid to do TPS reports, then your recovery is going to be something like this, right? So if you go 100% and you want to work out on Wednesday again, well, you haven't even fully recovered yet. So then you start lifting weight again, boom, you hit that 100% way sooner. Now, let's say on Monday, you went just to 75%. Then that recovery is gonna be at the same rate. But then on Wednesday, you're almost basically back to 0, right? So you can go way more, and you're gonna stay fresher. And by doing so, you're gonna get more volume in. Because let's face it, if you do 1 hard workout per week, then per year, you're doing 52 hard workouts. So it's 52 times, bam, you hit it hard. Let's say you do 2 75% workouts per week. And that means you did 104 75% workouts, which is a lot more volume over the year. Also, if you just hit it hard once a week, the odds are that you're gonna be a lot more sore by the next week, because what's the best way to get rid of soreness? Is by keep working out, keep moving, keep hydrating the muscle, and keep moving, keep greasing the groove of your squat. Secret number 3 has everything to do with your femur. The femur is the bone that goes from your hips to your knee. It's that top bone right here. If you have a long femur, or in other words, if you're tall, then in a squat, you need to go down lower, right? Because the shorter your femur is, the less it has to come down. Now, if you are short, then you don't really have to come down as much on a squat, which means you usually can add more weight. So if you are 6'2", 6'3", and you're comparing yourself with some girl that can squat a whole bunch more weight, but she's 5'1", it's not really a fair comparison. With secret number 4, 2 biggest leg exercises are squats and, that's right, it's deadlifts. Now, from my experience, again, most people are either really good in squats and they're okay in deadlifts, or they're really good in deadlifts and they're okay in squats. Rarely do I see somebody that is great in both. Now, technically, you're supposed to lift more weight in deadlifts than you do in squats, but not everybody can squat properly depending on their height, on their knee problems. And that brings me straight to point number 5, secret number 5. If you're squatting on Tuesday, on Monday night, you better be thinking about your squat on Tuesday. And I know what you're thinking, like, oh, who's gonna do that? It's just an exercise. Well, that's the deal. The back squat is not just an exercise. The back squat is something where you have to go Braveheart, Mel Gibson, put paint on your face and have long hair and go for it and battle the squat, because that barbell is in your neck. You have to be mentally ready to squat. If you're gonna go in and do 200 pounds, 300 pounds, you have to be mentally ready. If you just get under the barbell and think, oh, I got this, bad things can happen. So prepare yourself the night before. Okay, secret number 6 is something I'm going to sit down for. Here's the deal. Nobody cares how much you squat. Nobody. When you go to the doctor, they don't ask you how much you squat. When you buy an airplane ticket, they don't ask you how much you squat. Now, if you get paid on how much you squat, then yes, it's important. Or maybe you like capturing likes on Instagram by your squat videos, then maybe it's important. But what I recommend you do is just compare yourself to yourself. Now, I get it. As human beings, our human nature is to compare ourselves to others. But ask yourself, who are you comparing yourself to? If you're 6'2" and you're comparing yourself to a girl that's 4'1", it doesn't make any sense. Even if you're the same dimensions and you have the same genetics, but that person has been training longer, you can't compare yourself to that person. You really can never compare yourself, because especially with the back squat, like I said before, there's a lot of parameters, a lot of variables, if that's a word, that come into place. Your sleep, your recovery, your stress levels. And that's the difference between the deadlift, guys. The deadlift, you lift the bar up off the ground. If you can't get it up, then you can't get it up. But with a barbell back squat, you put that bar on your neck, the bar is coming down. The question is whether you can get it back up again. So I hope you realize that difference between the squat and the deadlift. And I hope that, of course, not everybody watching this video, but maybe you, 2, 3 people, if it just changed your mind and changed your perspective on the back squat, and maybe you shouldn't worry about what others are thinking. Maybe you shouldn't worry about how others are putting like 6 plates on the barbell each side, and they're being all American with it, and the bar is bending, and they're going, ah! Look, let's face it, look, most guys that squat super heavy at the big gyms, they load it all up, and they go, right there, they go 2 inches at a time. So don't worry about that, guys, and don't be that guy either. So hope that makes sense, guys. Next workout, wherever you work out, whether it's at SUF or wherever, come in, do your workout. Compare yourself to yourself. Just add 5 pounds a week, and within a year, you're gonna be amazing, all right? Have an awesome day. Hit like, share, all that stuff. See you guys soon.